Welcome to WebHelp US's tutorial on creating a MySQL database using cPanel's MySQL Database wizard. If your website uses cPanel, you have the option of using the built-in wizard. This wizard easily steps you through the process of creating a MySQL database and a user. To find it, you may have to scroll down to find the Database Tools section. Alternatively, depending on the version of cPanel you are running, you can adjust the order of each section by simply dragging and dropping them. Now, click on the MySQL Database wizard to start the process. In step 1, we'll be creating a name for our database. We do have some rules regarding naming, but we won't go into them all. For now, we're just going to keep it simple and use an alphanumeric name. Depending on your host, you may see your username in front of the text field. Your database will be your username plus the name you're choosing. Let's click Next to move on. Now we'll create a user for this database. This user will have privileges that allow it to make changes to the database. Without a user, no changes can be made to your database. The rules for creating a user is that you can use any ASCII character in the name, though we just recommend using alphanumeric characters to minimize problems, and the total length of it can only be 16 characters. Since our hosting prepends the hosting username ahead of the database, we are only allowed to use 7 characters. Next, we want to create a password. It is important this password cannot be easily guessed, as it will grant anyone full access to your database. I recommend using the provided password generator. As you can see, it has a password already generated for us. But let's quickly look at the advanced options. Here we have a variety of options for our password, such as length and what characters we wish in it. I'm going to set this password for 16 characters in length. And in the alpha characters column, this is the letters in the alphabet, I want both uppercase and lowercase. And in the non-alpha characters column, I want to make sure it will choose both numbers and symbols. The more variety, the more secure your password will be. Since I have made changes, I'll have to select the Generate Password button. As you can see, it generated a new password, which is now longer. In order to move on, we'll need to check the box I have copied this password in a safe place. At this point, we'll want to make sure we write down the password, or at least copy it, so we can use it in our project. Open up any text editor and paste your password into it. Then go ahead and click on Use Password. As you can see, your password has already been pasted in both fields. The check marks on the side signify both passwords match, and the bar underneath shows how strong your password is. We'd like our password at strong or very strong. In step 3, you'll have one last chance to write down your password. If you don't, you will not be able to retrieve it later. Also, take this time to write down your database name and user. Step 3 is all about the privileges your user will have in this database. If you were installing a program like Joomla or Wordpress, you want to grant this user all privileges. And that's it. You successfully created a MySQL database with a user for use in your project.
Thank you for viewing this tutorial. If you found this tutorial helpful, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also like us on Facebook at facebook.com/webhelpus. Follow us on Twitter at webhelpus, or join our circle at G+. You can also find our tutorials and more at webhelpus.com.